It's Monday, July 31st, 2023, and this is the Talk Film Society podcast. I am your host, Marcelo Pico, editor-in-chief of Talk Film Society, here with you, yet again, for the aforementioned Talk Film Society podcast with my co-host, Siobhan Irving. Hello, Siobhan.
You're the co-host. Always here.
Always
Happy
here.
to do it.
You are. You're not putting up a front or anything. You're genuinely happy to be here.
This makes my day every time. I'm genuinely happy. I'm not faking this. Marcelo, I love to be here. I love to do this shit.
I'll have what she's having.
We're talking about what is this? Blockbusters? Right?
That's it. Yes.
Explain it.
I'm glad we're just getting into it. No cutting through the BS. This series
short one today.
This is gonna be a short episode. This series is on Blockbusters. We may just end up being just a strike podcast, where we talk about the strike every week.
By promoting the stuff, the actors.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we're here to step in and be scabs and promote the work of the actors and writers. That's what we're here to do. We'll get into that in a bit, but Blockbusters, this is a miniseries.
Oh, Blockbusters.
I guess until Labor Day. That's the official end of summer Blockbuster season for film.
Is it?
I think so.
What's Labor Day? When is that?
That's first week of September is when that falls.
First of September.
So
all right, so we got a whole month of August to get through.
4 episodes left. Yeah, we got to get through this shit.
To power through.
Power through the dregs of August. What are you most looking forward to this August, Siobhan?
The bees spinning around.
The bees?
What do I have looking forward to in August? I don't fucking... Are you asking about movies?
Sure. Movies or life? Pick one.
Life. Gonna be having some changes in my life that I'm a little worried about, but they could be good, I guess. Well, it should be good if it all goes according to plan. I'm not gonna say what. And in terms of movies, I don't know, dude. What the hell's coming out? You think I'm excited about fucking Gran Turismo? I'm not.
You're not excited for Gran Turismo based on a true story?
I'm not excited for Gran Turismo based on a true story.
Which is the name of it now?
I'm excited to see The Last Voyage of the Demeter when it comes home. I'm not going to go out to it. I think Blue Beetle looks all right.
You think
genuinely?
So?
I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be a surprise. Not a hit. It's not going to do well, but
let me ask
I don't
you
have
this
any
first.
reason to hate that movie.
Let me ask you this first. Did you go out to see a movie this past week?
God, no. Marcelo, I wish I could, okay? I'm the worst fucking person to do this particular series because I'm not going to the movies, okay? Like, I want to. Here, let me go look at this movie theater, the one that I would be going to, okay?
Okay.
I want to see Barbie real bad. Will I? Maybe. I want to see Oppenheimer real bad. Will I? Maybe. Haunted Mansion, I don't care. Talk to Me, I want to see Talk to Me real bad. Will I? Maybe. That's not the worst chance. Mission Impossible, I want to see that. Dead Reckoning Part 1, excuse me. I do want to see that real bad. I'm not going to go see that. I will watch it at home. Unfortunately, I feel bad. I've seen the last 3 in theaters, but it's just not happening. I'm sorry. And it seems like the rest of the world is doing that. They're all focused on Barbenheimer. They can't see Tom Cruise movies popcorn. Such a shame. Sound of Freedom. God, I really got to see. Well, I've been to that one 3 times.
Yeah, I was going to say you need to go one more time just to really soak it in. Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, and the tickets are free.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I mean, how can you pass that up? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It's a fucking Indiana Jones movie, and I haven't been to it. That's just ridiculous to me. Like I feel sick not going to that one.
You and most of America, by the way.
I know, and I feel bad about it, but whatever. And they had Heathers today, which that would have been nice.
Ooh.
35th anniversary. That would have been really nice. I love that.
Classic Winona Ryder film.
Oh, that classic Winona Ryder film.
Classic Winona. So going into August, what you're going to be doing in August, I'm hoping, I'm praying, fingers crossed, you're going to be catching up on some of the July releases, is what I'm gathering.
If I can make it to Barbenheimer, I will be ecstatic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so... Oh, I wrote this down because I forgot to do this either, last 2 episodes. What we're doing this episode. So we were like, oh, what's up ahead?
The Meg 2.
Yeah, the Meg 2. That's coming out next.
The Trench.
Yeah, this coming Friday. And also, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. That's coming out like on Wednesday, which is weird to me.
Getting a jump. Don't want to let the shark beat him.
Yeah. So sharks and turtles this week. So we're going to go back and watch.
It's a regular sea creature thing. And then the next week, there's a damn fish movie or ship movie out on the sea.
Yeah, ship movie. So
Dracula.
We're talking Deep Blue Sea from 1999, and also the original.
Oh, we're getting into it.
This is a tease. This is a teasing.
Later
on, we're going to talk about the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and also Deep Blue Sea. That's the tease.
Yeah.
And also, this gets into what's coming out this August. So, Mutant Mayhem, and then Meg 2, The Trench. Some
really
other ones.
Aquatic Week there. Shark Week.
Yeah, we're currently in the midst of Shark Week. Have you watched any Shark Week related material, Siobhan?
I haven't. You know what? I've never really tuned into that, but sometimes I go and look at it, and like I usually enjoy.
Are you one of those people who are like, I liked it back when Shark Week wasn't that commercial?
No, I'm not. I actually kind of like the commercialism of it. The promotional stuff I find pretty fun.
It's like they got Aquaman now hosting Shark Week?
They got Aquaman. The famous Iowa boy. I'm from Iowa. Eli Roth's, he had a late night, shark talk show thing. I used to watch that. I thought that was really fun.
That's strange. But also sounds good, I guess.
Yeah, because Eli Roth was like the host of Shark Week at least 1 year.
Right.
He was the Jason Momoa 1 year.
Yeah.
And he had that talk show, and I used to watch it, and I thought it was fun. And I've seen some of the documentary shit, and you see him walking around under there.
Interesting.
Whatever they do.
Speaking of
Sharks.
Shark Week, Deep Blue Sea, we'll talk about that later. Also, like you mentioned, in a week's time, we'll see The Last Voyage of Demeter, which is a boat movie with Dracula on a boat. And then that same...
Adapted from one single chapter of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah. So, hey, Siobhan, keep this in mind. Maybe we could watch either Dracula movie or a boat movie for next week.
A butt movie? Is that what you said?
Sorry, a boat movie. If I said butt,
a boat movie.
There's a Freudian slip. A boat movie.
Dracula or boats? I wonder if we could find the perfect confluence.
Yeah. So we'll think on that. We have an hour's worth of thought time, to sit down and just, brainstorm ideas for that.
THOT.
Also that week, in limited release, is Gran Turismo. I don't know why it's limited in August. And I don't know why Gran Turismo needs a limited release.
They've explained it. They want it to be limited because they think they have trust in this movie that this movie is good, people are going to like it, and they want to build like a word of mouth campaign because nobody can promote it.
Now, you said just about a few minutes ago you couldn't give two shits about Gran Turismo, right?
I will watch it at home. I'm not going to go see it. I don't think it looks good. Orlando Bloom and David Harbour, they're not getting me out there. That they're really terrible trailer that I've seen multiple times. This sucks, right?
This actually happened, is what the trailer says.
Yeah, this actually happened. This is the true life story. This is the racer guy who's actually playing the racer in the movie. And I don't care, It doesn't look good. I don't know.
And then, I think we'll have to talk about it more in depth when I see it, because assuredly I'll see this garbage.
I'm not going to say it's bad. It looks like one of your typical sportsy movies that I'm going to watch at home and go, hey, all right.
Not bad.
And not think about ever again,
Yeah. Okay, so after that, after Gran Turismo, we have Blue Beetle. Yeah, you're right. It's an August release, August 18th.
And you know what? I'm not hyped, but I'm I want to see Blue Beetle at home.
I saw a trailer for it this past weekend when I saw a movie, which I'll get into in a bit. I've decided I'm not going to see it. If I can skip Shazam, I can skip this.
You. Well,
no, I skipped Shazam. Hey, Siobhan.
Hey, you made it past Shazam. That's fair.
Yeah,
but you have a reason to not like Shazam.
Yeah, because the first one it wasn't.
The first one sucks, and Zachary Levi sucks. So you had you had reason to not go to Shazam.
I did end up seeing, even though I said I wasn't going to go see, The Flash. I ended up seeing The Flash out of pure morbid curiosity.
We can talk about that in a bit.
I know, and we'll have a lengthy conversation about this later. But no, I'm not convinced about Blue Beetle. One thing that bugs me is I forget if it was an ad or somebody tweeted it. Maybe James Gunn retweeted it, but somebody said, "Hey, I'm excited about Blue Beetle. Representation matters." It's like, okay,
fuck you, like you're forced to go to that movie.
Yeah. I'm all about, and if you hear the honking, that's because I'm picketing right now, and I have a sign that says "honk if you support the strike." So if that's the way you hear the honking behind me. But no, if anything, I should be the one who's excited for this movie, right? Representation, Hispanic, whatever, Latino, it's all in there. I could give two shits. It looks repetitive. It feels like I've seen this movie before. I have no confidence in the DC universe as of right now, so no thank you, Blue Beetle. I think I'm going to skip that one. Also that weekend, Strays. Aren't you excited for Strays, Siobhan?
God. Oh, Lord. I don't even want to think about that. I really don't.
So we're in the dregs of August, because after that, the final weekend of August is the 25th. And hey, Bottoms comes out. Bottoms looks good. Yeah, Bottoms looks good.
What was the one that just got pushed back?
You have to be more specific. I have like 10 films I've written down.
It was like a girls' movie like that. It was like girls doing bad.
Oh, the Coen, the singular Coen
Brothers movie. Yes, that looked really good. Yeah.
Yeah, Drive Away Dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got pushed back to, I'll look it up, next year. Yeah, it was going to be released September 22nd of this year, but now it got pushed back to February 23rd of 2024.
Just after Labor Day.
Okay, August. We'll talk more about that as the month goes on and on and on. Why don't we transition into, how about this, dealer's choice, either the news or what we've been watching. What do you think?
To the news.
Okay, let's go to the news. Okay.
Actually, no. We're gonna be break up what we're do what we've been watching.
Okay, let's do what we've been watching. Okay, let me start by saying I am looking forward to Halloween movie season. Okay,
Halloween.
I want it to. It's currently 100 degrees here in Texas.
Halloween. We do know this, that Halloween did end last year.
It did officially end, but I think it might make a comeback. I think Halloween might return this year. I mean, officially, I think Halloween is dead because they moved Saw X out of October. So
yeah. What do we got? We got Five Nights at Freddy's now.
We got Five Nights at Freddy's. How does our October look like? I'm going to skip through October.
Yeah. What are the horror movies coming out in October?
There's like one huge, other than Five Nights at Freddy's, there's one huge horror movie that's coming out in October. Which I'll give you 3 guesses of what that is.
And that's the end of no pre-hints. There's just one huge one coming out in October.
My hint is the director of this movie that's coming out in October. He also directed a movie you just mentioned a few minutes ago.
Fuck, not gonna happen. So let me ask: Is this an A24 film?
It is not an A24 film.
Wow. This is a studio film.
Yes, it's a studio film.
I didn't ask if it was a studio film. You just confirmed that on your own. That was not a second question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misheard. I
said, so this is a studio film to myself.
Oh, well, you made it seem... No, hold on. No.
I tricked you. You did trick me. That was a trick. I'm playing the game. I'm playing the game.
We have 17 more questions.
Are there any? Why is it noteworthy?
No, you can't do that. That's not how 20 questions goes. It's like you're asking, so what's the title of this movie?
Is this a part of a franchise?
It is a part of a franchise, yes.
Is there a major star attached to this?
The lead is not a major star. The lead is a rising star, but there is a major star in this movie. How about that?
Great. So, franchise. There are a couple popular people in the movie, directed by somebody we've already talked about, studio horror movie.
Yeah. I'll give you a hint.
Please.
The trailer for this recently came out.
Fuck me. It had a trailer.
And it,
I probably watched it.
It was a little divisive on Film Twitter. Oh, sorry, on Film X.
Film X. Okay, so Film X was really divided over this film
trailer
that had the trailer. God damn it.
All right.
I'm 100% sure I watched this trailer.
Yeah, now I'm just going to...
Exorcist.
Yep, you got it. Exorcist.
I didn't watch the trailer.
Yeah. Exorcist, The Believer. Or sorry, The Exorcist...
Who's the stars?
The Exorcist Believer. The Exorcist Believer. That's the name.
Exorcist Believer. I'm an Exorcist Believer.
Leslie Odom Jr. is in The Exorcist Believer.
Okay.
So he's the rising star. And good old Ellen Bernstein, she is in Exorcist Believer. She was in the original The Exorcist. You know Ellen Bernstein, right?
I probably do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. She won an Oscar for Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
Where does she live? Yeah, they said.
She was nominated for Requiem for a Dream. She was in that movie. So yeah, she's coming back playing the same character she played in the original The Exorcist for Exorcist Believer. That's the movie in October that I think is going to be big. That, and also, I guess horror-wise, that'll be the biggest one. But really...
No, Five Nights at Freddy's will be the biggest one.
I mean, okay. I guess the biggest one in terms of like horror, R-rated, straight horror. Because Five Nights at Freddy's, isn't that a kids movie?
Basically, I mean, it's a series that that kind of appeals to children, even though it is like hard M-rated, R-rated shit.
By the way,
as far as I know. By the way, the creator of the Five Nights at Freddy's, huge Trump supporter, huge right-wing donator, $10,000 to Mitch McConnell, shit like that.
So screw this.
So, know where your money's going.
Yeah. And it also says here, Five Nights at Freddy's is scheduled to be released.
Jason Blum's pockets. I have to imagine that guy's weird.
Jason Blum. Jason Blum tweeted and deleted an image of him and Zaslav and like some other studio head.
Oh, sick.
Like golfing the day that the actors began their strike. So fuck that guy.
Love it.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah, Jason Blum, a producer through and through.
Even though Blumhouse has done a lot of cool things for horror. Can't deny that.
Yeah. But people up top, still shitty.
Suck.
This movie, Five Nights at Freddy's, is going to be released simultaneously in theaters and on Peacock on October 27th. So
it's on Peacock the same day?
Yep, it's what it says here.
Oh, what a mistake. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's I thought that movie would be opening to 70 plus.
I don't know, man. It is a Universal Blumhouse production. And also The Exorcist is also a Universal Blumhouse production. So Blumhouse Universal are going to take over October, it seems like. I don't blame Saw for getting out of this skirmish.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think it would have been crushed, unfortunately. Yeah. But we just got a trailer to Saw. It looks sick as fuck. And I think it's going to win the war of best film.
Overall? Like of all time?
Yeah. And best picture next year at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Best wide release movie at the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards.
Yeah. It's going to win those two awards. The first movie to win those two awards. Tobin Bell's going to win Best Actor.
Oh, please. Oh, God can only wish.
He's going to hold up the Oscar above his head and he's going to shout, "Thank you for playing the game with me." And then he bows.
I've won the game.
But yeah, it looks great. Saw X. I can't wait.
Doesn't it? That trailer was so nice.
Honestly, yes, it would not. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It was so nice. It was so sweet. It looks more interesting than I think the last 3 Saw movies.
Agreed.
Yeah. So that's something. And hey, the big surprise of the trailer at the very end. I mean, I think we were
We were all hoping for it.
We're all
of us
talking about
sawheads were hoping for it.
Yeah, we were talking about it last week on the episode. We were like, is Amanda coming back? Is she going to come back? I mean, it makes sense. Is she going to come back? Amanda. Because she's alive between 1 and 2. Because this Saw X takes place between Saw 1 and 2.
Timeline, and maybe Hoffman could be there too.
Yeah, maybe. No, then somebody else was like, oh, I hope to God Hoffman's not there. Oh God, that'd be horrible.
Hoffman's there.
If Hoffman's
and we know
there,
Hoffman's there. We heard his voice or something.
No. And then the other person's like, no, please, God, no,
maybe
please,
Carrie
Hoffman
Elwes could be there.
No, okay, Carrie Elwes, that's good. That's a good one. Hey, maybe Leigh Whannell's gonna be there too. How about that?
Leigh Whannell, he could be there. What happened to Adam? We don't know if Adam died, even though we saw a skeleton.
Yeah. But Saw X, great trailer. We're pumped. I mean, horror season this year, it's gonna rock. What I was trying to get to was I saw Talk to Me this past weekend.
Please, yeah, I would love to hear. I would love to have you talk to me about Talk to Me. So I'm excited to see this film. I've seen so much good shit about it from people that I like really trust about horror stuff.
And this will get into what else I've watched this week. But Talk to Me, I liked it a lot. It's really good. I recommend it. I like the premise. I like the inventiveness of it. It reminds me of It Follows. Whether you like that movie or not, It Follows has a good hook.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like some really good jump scares in it too.
Yeah. And Talk to Me has a good hook. It has a good concept and has some good scares, has some good ideas, good performances. These directors who do you know anything about these directors, Siobhan?
Oh, these directors these days? Oh, don't get me started, but please tell me your thoughts.
Let me be more specific. The directors of Talk to Me. Do you know anything about the directors of Talk to Me?
I don't know anything.
Okay. So the directors of Talk to Me are Daniel...
Coen brothers.
They are brothers. Daniel Philippa and Michael Philippa.
Danny and Mike.
Danny and Michael. They're Australian.
Aussies.
I don't know why I thought this, but for a while there, I thought they were the creators of Bluey, the Australian preschool television show.
It's Australian. Did they do Mad Max?
No, they didn't do Mad Max either. There are a lot of Australian film directors apparently.
Wolf Creek. They did that.
No. Let me tell you what they did. So they're YouTubers. They're behind the channel Raka Raka on YouTube. They create like horror shorts on YouTube. Apparently they're linked to Logan Paul somehow. So they're but hey, regardless of their YouTube background, I think they made a good movie. I think they have a good career ahead of them if they focus on making good movies instead of YouTube garbage. But yeah, good movie. And my point was, I wish I had seen this in the fall. I wish I'd seen this in October, because I just can't get in the right mindset of watching a good horror movie when it's like 110 degrees outside. Or maybe in July, at this point, I'm not ready for horror.
I'm on the Raka Raka. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Raka Raka Wikipedia, and I clicked on personal life, and the first sentence: Danny's hair is dyed a distinctive color, blonde with a pink tint.
Yeah.
There's only one other sentence.
So good movie. And I'm excited for horror season when I can, put on a sweater, go out and watch some horror movies. 2 to be exact. Exorcist Believer.
2 sweaters.
And Five Nights at Freddy's. The only 2 horror movies I'm going to see in October, apparently.
Yeah, you'll see them, though.
Anyway, I saw Talk to Me.
You're excited about one of them. The other one, it could be great.
What, Five Nights at Freddy's?
It could be great.
It's going to be another one. And I didn't know that this guy was a Trump supporter, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, so I'll probably just skip it.
I don't think you will.
No, I skipped Shazam. I'm still gonna put that.
There's one movie I can call back to. It's possible that I could not see a movie.
I also didn't see Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, so there.
Ooh, that one's big.
Yeah, so I definitely, I can skip some movies, Siobhan. So go to hell. Speaking of skipping movies, I didn't skip a chance to see Oppenheimer and Barbie again. in the same day. I did that.
Yeah. Did that twice, huh?
Yeah, I did Barbenheimer twice.
Did it once for me.
I did it once for you. Then at the second time, I did it for my girlfriend and I, for both of us. Yeah.
Yeah, your pictures were adorable.
Yeah, we went to go see. Well, I don't think we posted any pictures for this trip to Barbenheimer this weekend, her and I, because we did it. We saw Barbie again, but then we also saw Oppenheimer that same day, this past Sunday. Her review of Oppenheimer, it's okay. It's fine. She says the last hour is the best hour of it, and I kind of agree. I talked about this last episode, right, Siobhan? I mean, I'm not as high on Oppenheimer as other people.
No, you're not. You're like a 4-star when everybody else is like, this is the best film ever made.
And no shade to anybody who says this is the best movie ever made, because literally there are people out there who think that. I just go back.
This is an IMDb top 250 movie for sure.
I just think back to, I think Dunkirk is the best thing, I guess, conceptually he's done. Like in terms of a movie he's been working towards his entire career, I think Dunkirk is the one. It's not Oppenheimer in my book. But anyway, then I saw Barbie again with my girlfriend, and we had fun yet again seeing it. So yes, fun times. People were still wearing pink. People were still having fun. It was nice being a part of a second weekend of Barbie and having that experience. Yeah. Siobhan, please go out there and experience Barbie. I'm sure it'll be playing for several weeks, so you'll get a chance, hopefully. That's the only thing I want from you. That's the only thing I want from you. It's to see Barbie. Other than that,
that's all I want for me too.
Yeah, I could give two shits about what you do in your life. Just go watch Barbie.
So let's talk about what we've been watching, huh?
I just did it. That's what I've watched. I watched Talk to Me, Oppenheimer, and Barbie.
So I went out to the TV and I watched. So we're doing blockbuster talk.
Blockbusters.
But we also just did a horror talk. I highly recommend The Blackening. I thought it was very funny. Felt kind of like it's like a horror satire. And it felt like a very natural evolution. Did I talk about this last week? I think I did.
I have a feeling you did. You could talk about it again.
Did I talk about Plane?
No, that doesn't sound familiar. No, you didn't talk about Plane.
Plane is really good. Not really good. Plane was a fun time.
The Gerard Butler movie, Plane, right?
Gerard Butler, Mike Coulter.
Yes.
Luke Cage. Fun time.
I did see that
with the plane. And you had a fun time with the plane?
I did have a fun time. Isn't there a line where Gerard Butler goes, "We got to get on this plane," or something like that? It's like the best delivered line anybody's ever said in a movie. I buy it. I'm like, yeah, we should get on this plane and go home.
Get on this plane.
Yeah.
Watched Sanctuary. That's a this year movie. Qualley, where that's her name.
Oh, yeah, and that one dude. What's that dude's name?
What are their names?
Christopher Abbott.
Qualley and Christopher Abbott. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very tense performances there. Very sexually
charged
film. Very good. Very good. Good performance between them.
I missed that one. I should I go back and watch that?
Yeah, highly recommend it. It's a really cool, like really tense, little fun, twisty thing. The Flash, Marcelo. Let's talk about The Flash.
All right, let's talk about that. I guess so. I saw what you rated it on Letterboxd. I have famously said I do not like The Flash. I don't know what I gave it on Letterboxd. I think I just gave it a 2.5, which is it's right in the middle. Like, it is interesting.
Mine's 3.5.
Ugh, oh boy, out of 5.
Out of 5 on Letterboxd, yeah.
What do you? Hold on. Let me rephrase. What is your problem?
Movie was fun and good. Okay, look, I am very partial to the DC movies, okay? I'm a little DC fangirl, okay?
Okay.
But I think The Flash was a entertaining and, like, meaningful film in this fucking DC universe that is almost over. I liked the emotional shit with Barry, whatever, the two Barrys. I don't know. It's been weeks since I fucking saw it. Or 1 week, and that feels like a year to me. But I think the people complaining about how it looked, I think that's kind of overblown, even though I do agree the cameos sucked and looked bad.
I don't know. Siobhan, I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't care that you don't like it.
I care.
Anything else? No. Okay. So is that everything?
I think that's everything. Now let's get into some news. How about that?
All these movies got pushed back. What's up with that?
Why?
Why?
Well, because of the strike. Because SAG-AFTRA is striking.
Yeah, because these fucking actors don't want to work.
They don't want to promote their movies. No, we're 100% pro strike. This is disruption. The studios and producers are just being cowards now, not going back to the bargaining table. Rather than, getting the actors what they want, what they should rightfully have, studios would rather push back movies for several months. Where are some of the movies getting pushed back? All right, I got a list. I got a quick list.
Give me the list. I've got it too if you want me to do it, which I don't think you want.
No, you know what? If you have the list, you may have a better list than me.
I don't have it.
What? You just lied to me.
I've got the one from the Discord, okay?
Oh, I have that too, but I have more.
Then do it. You've got more. So great. You have even more. Great. Do it. Serious.
Okay. So what's on this? Oh, you know what? You go through that list and I'll add more after you go through that list because I have more beyond that.
Okay. And give our quick thoughts, very quick, like 1 or 2 words. Gran Turismo from 8:11 to 8:25.
Who cares?
Don't care. Madam Web from 2/16/24 to 2/14/24. 2 days.
Okay. Who cares if it's 2 days?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters from 12/20 to 3/29/24. I didn't know this movie existed.
Yeah, it's the new Ghostbusters. I think directed by the co-writer of the last one. I don't even know what it's called. I forgot.
It's not Jason Reitman again.
Let me double check. Ghostbusters 2023. I hated the last Ghostbusters, by the way.
I'm never seeing it. Like I don't give a shit. Like fuck that.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Terrible. Guile Kanine is directing Ghostbusters Afterlife 2. And I'm gonna give 2 shits. It doesn't look good.
Muncher's Return will wait 3 months.
Yeah, so screw that movie. What else?
Craven from 10/16/23 to 8/30/24. That's nearly a whole year. 10 months. That one I do want to see.
To me, it looks like the new Morbius.
Oh, you're silly. But that one's a little bit of a bummer, I guess. That one's crazy. Damn near a whole year. Karate Kid from 6/7/24 to 12/13/24. They made another Karate Kid?
This is news to me. I didn't know they made a new Karate Kid.
I guess another reboot. Who's today's Jaden Smith?
Yeah, I'm looking that up right now. Let's see. Karate Kid.
How about that kid with that fucker with the red hair who's like a bully all the time?
That fucker with the red hair that's a bully all the time.
He's like a little kid. I don't know. He's probably too old by now.
Untitled Karate Kid film. It says here the film is described as the return of the original Karate Kid franchise.
Oh, thank God. Don't they already have that with Cobra Kai or whatever?
The second sentence says, Cobra Kai co-creator John Hurwitz stated that the film is not connected to the series.
A way to capitalize on the success of a thing that a lot of people seem to like.
Yeah. So I don't know, or I don't really care about knowing any more about this movie, so let's move on.
Bad Boys from no date to 6/14/24.
Well, at least it's set. Cool. I mean, at least we have
I like Bad Boys.
I mean, we have a date for it, so that's good.
Venom from no date to 7/12/24. Ooh, baby, you know I'm excited about Venom.
Venom 3, right?
Venom 3. Venom on the beach.
Is it directed by Tom Hardy?
Is it directed by him?
Let me double check.
I know he's like co-written these last 2, right? That would send me over the fucking moon, right?
Yeah, and he's a producer. He's definitely has a lot of involvement in the Venom universe. No, I'm wrong. Kelly Marcel is directing it. I thought for a second he was going to direct it.
Did they direct the second movie? Because that would make me excited as well.
No, the second movie was what's his face? Man, we're bad at this. We should be hosting a show about movies. No, Venom.
It's a terrible podcast.
Venom: Let There Be Carnage was directed by Andy Serkis.
Oh yeah,
and Venom 1 was directed by Ruben Fleischer.
Okay.
And Kelly Marcel is directing the third one. She is known for.
What has she done?
She has written Venom, Venom 2, 50 Shades of Grey.
I have all the confidence in the world with you, Kelly.
And it looks like this is her directorial debut.
Looking forward to it, Kelly. Blow me out of the water.
Yeah.
Beyond the Spider-Verse goes to no date.
It is unset. No surprise, actually, because it's supposed to be out in March of next year.
That's fucking ridiculous.
We talked about this, I think, on the first episode of this series. After all that controversy, all the background of the visual artists, getting overworked on this Across the Universe movie that came out this past year, I'm not surprised that they're gonna just pull it from the schedule. I hope that they'll have plenty of time to work on it in the right conditions, and it'll come out when it comes out. That's how I feel about it.
I hope they're getting worked like dogs. Now we've got They Listen from 8/24/24 to Unset. I don't know what that is. And Priscilla is coming out on 10/27 this year, I guess. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Priscilla.
They Listen and Priscilla.
I don't know what They Listen is. I'm not going to look it up, but I'm excited about Priscilla. Because Priscilla is the new film by Sophia.
Queen of the Desert?
No. Sophia Coppola.
I'm not interested anymore.
Sophia Coppola. That's her new movie.
Oh, shit. Okay. Never mind. I'm back in.
You're back. Oh, gotcha.
Wait, hold on. Is Bill Murray in it?
Yeah, he's playing Elvis.
I'm out.
No, I don't think Bill Murray's in this movie.
I'm back in.
There's no way. Okay, I have some delays here on my end.
What are yours, Marcelo?
So, Poor Things.
Don't know.
That's the new Emma Stone, Yorgos Lanthimos movie.
Okay.
That was set to be released on September 8th. Now it's pushed back to December 8th. I'm hoping it stays in this year because I'm looking forward to it. Siobhan, are you a fan of Are you a fan of Yorgos Lanthimos?
I've only seen The Favorite, and I wasn't. It was not my favorite. So, not really. But I'm open to experiencing more of his work.
I think The Lobster is worth a watch. I think Dogtooth worth a watch.
Yeah, I'll definitely want to see Dogtooth.
The Killing of a Sacred Deer, my favorite of his. That's definitely worth a watch.
Love that Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, and it was one of his breakout roles, at least for me, where I realized, oh, this guy's a fucking weirdo. I'm in. I'm on board.
This guy should be the Joker.
Yeah, that's what I thought as he ate a big plate of spaghetti in The Killing of a Sacred Deer. It's like, this guy's the Joker. That's what I said to my date as we watched this movie.
He's the next Joker.
He's the next Joker. Yeah.
Kid, he's got it in him.
So the new Emma Stone, Yorgos Lanthimos, is pushed back to December. Also on this list, as I scroll down, I think that's the only one. That's not what I had. I thought I had more,
what about that Zendaya movie?
Oh yeah, we talked about that last week. Challengers. Oh, I think we talked about Challengers, and I think I also mentioned Problemista. Challengers has been pushed back, I think, out of this year. I'm confirming that right now. Yeah, it was going to be released in August, and then September. They had set it for August, and then September of this year, and then finally, because of the strike, it's now opening in April of next year.
That's a shame. I do really want to see that one.
Yeah, I'm up for anything Luca Guadagnino, and I'm up for anything Zendaya. I like Mike Fast or Faced. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah,
from West Side Story.
From West Side Story, yeah, he was the best part of that movie.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
So that is delayed, and Problemista, the new Tilda Swinton movie, that A24 was hoping that she'd promote. Not coming out, I think just pulled from the schedule. I don't think it has a release date anymore. Yeah, I'm looking up release dates. Yep, it was set to be released next week. But
looks like we have a problem, mister.
Right. Julio Torres, director, writer, star of Problemista. I liked him in Los Spookies on HBO. You ever see that show?
No.
Okay, let's move on. That's the state of the world, folks. Movies are being pushed back. There might not be any movies anymore, so why have a movie podcast? Well, we can still talk about movies that came out 20 years ago.
Yes. And we connect them to the blockbusters of today. So what's coming out? We've got Meg 2, The Trench. I love Jason Statham to death. I think he's probably our best action star of this era. I thought The Meg was okay. I don't have any particular connection to The Meg. I thought it was fine. But this new one, it looks really silly and fun, and I hope it's, you know, a better made movie at least, or has more of the campiness or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's directed by Ben Wheatley. I can't tell you who directed the first one, but Ben Wheatley is directing Meg 2.
Ben Wheatley's a guy, yeah.
Ben Wheatley is a guy. I think he identifies as a he, him. He's a man. Director of
jokes.
Free Fire. The director of Kill List.
I haven't seen it.
The director of High Rise.
High Rise.
The director of...
I don't think I've seen any of those.
In the Earth.
No.
The director of Rebecca, the remake with Armie Hammer.
Okay.
You've seen nothing of this man's work.
What was his first movie?
What was his first movie? That's a good question. I need to look this up.
I think I have seen that one.
Down Terrace?
Nope. I'm confusing him with somebody else. Have
I
I never seen a Ben Wheatley movie?
I guess not, because his big one is Kill List. Everybody loves Kill List. I don't care for it. Don't tell our mutual friend Rocky Juarez that, because he loves Kill List.
I've seen his segment in the ABCs of Death.
Oh, there you go.
He did U for Unearthed. I don't remember it.
Okay. But yeah.
So Ben, I love you.
So what you're saying is that's a big reason why he's on. Why you're on board with Meg 2, The Trench. That's why
absolutely.
You can't wait. I'm interested in this movie. I'll see it. It feels like a nice summer movie. I'd rather see these kind of movies than a horror movie that I want to see in a sweater.
Deep Blue Sea. Meg 2, The Trench. We've got Deep Blue Sea.
Tell me about Deep Blue Sea, Siobhan. Tell me everything.
I'm a big fan of Deep Blue Sea.
All right, let's move on. Teenage Mutant
Okay, so I used to listen to this podcast. I don't listen to it anymore.
Society.
To this podcast called How Did This Get Made? It was on the Earwolf Network, or it is.
It's still on there.
Hosted by Jason Mantzoukas, Paul Scheer, and June Diane Raphael, where they watch a quote-unquote bad movie and talk about it. And it was a fun time in my youth. When I was really into it, I went on kind of a trek to like watch as many of the movies as I could, and I saw a ton of really bad movies because of the show. One of the good movies is Deep Blue Sea, and it's not a great movie, but it's like a really goofy, fun fucking shark movie time, where the shark has. Okay, so they're researching the shark, right? Because it apparently can cure Alzheimer's, right? That's why they want it.
Yeah, that's the plot. Yeah, they're doing these experiments just to change the chemistry of their brains to make them smarter, to use them for test subjects for Alzheimer's. Yeah,
and the sharks become like ultra
smart,
ultra sentient and smart, and become these total apex predators who destroy this research station and take people down one by one. And it's like this really goofy, fun tone. The script, I really love all the performances in it, the actors. Thomas, let's just start at the top. Thomas Jane, our hero, he's amazing. He's really amazing. He's the straight face here, and I think he does a great job. Handsome as all heck. Michael Rappaport, like the really goofy scientist nerd guy, which is just dumb casting for him, but it works. He has some really dumb lines that he has to deliver, and he's funny. I think. That's my opinion. Marcelo will not give his. And then we've got... who else is notable? Jeez.
Stellan Skarsgård?
Stellan Skarsgård gets his arm ripped off.
Yeah, early on. I think he's the first death.
He is the first death, and then the shark... they try to airlift him out. The shark chases down the helicopter, knocks the helicopter out of the air, grabs Stellan Skarsgård in his stretcher or whatever, and the shark uses the stretcher as a projectile to smash open the main glass windows of the research facility.
Of the underwater research facility, yeah.
So that's the type of goofy shit we're dealing with.
Yeah. Speaking of goofy shit, Samuel Jackson.
Sam Jackson, he's got the classic Jurassic Park thing. They redo the Jurassic Park bit where he delivers a big speech and then gets suddenly eaten. Love it.
I mean, yeah.
So, were you fucking talking about the movie?
You're doing great, buddy. Did you say LL Cool J yet?
LL Cool J, the king, the master of this movie. Just a great role for him. His whole, thing where it kind of feels like he's in his own separate movie.
Yeah.
For more than half of the movie. He's just on his own with his little parrot who says stupid things. Trying to get through the ship, and he becomes like the ultimate hero of the movie. He's the one that kills the shark, which is awesome.
Do you know the original ending of this movie?
I don't know. No, I don't.
Yeah. So, and also you skipped 2 of the lead actresses in this movie, by the way, Siobhan.
I don't pay attention to women.
Yeah. That's apparently clear. So Jacqueline McKenzie as Jan Higgins, the girlfriend of Stellan Skarsgård's character, and also the female lead, Saffron Burrows, as Dr. Susan McAllister.
Yeah, what's her plan at the end? She just jumps in and commits suicide for seemingly no reason.
That's the thing. So the original ending of Deep Blue Sea had her survive with Thomas Jane, and
why not?
And I think LL Cool J is there too. Or I forget. I should have looked this up. But I think the original ending for sure had her and Thomas Jane survive.
If she had to survive, if she had to die to let LL Cool J live, great.
Yeah.
I'm in full support of that.
So get this. The reason why she died in this new ending was because test audiences, when they saw the original ending with this ending of Thomas Jane and her kissing and fulfilling the romantic story arc that apparently this film had. Maybe they cut that out too when they recut this movie with the new ending. But they were supposed to be together at the end. Test audiences were like, no, she's the bad guy. She's the scientist who came up with this idea, so she has to die.
She is the reason that the shark doesn't die early. They were going to kill or release the shark or whatever, and she stops it from happening. And then she does become kind of the final girl, and her plan at the end, I guess, is they got what they want. The shark is escaping, so they're gonna live. And she decides, no, the shark deserves to die. I'm going to cut myself open and jump into the water. And she gets torn apart by the shark in an effort to, I guess, let the other people kill the shark. But the plan was for her to kill the shark. And she doesn't tell anybody she's going to kill herself, sacrifice herself. So nobody's there to kill the shark. So Thomas Jane ends up having to do the exact same thing she did.
and by the way,
but Thomas Jane does survive.
By the way, LL Cool J was supposed to die early on in the movie, but the director of this movie decided to keep him on. So yeah,
Good choice.
So imagine that they had to just rewrite the ending, where it makes no sense for her to really die because there's no point to it. But then LL Cool J is there to kind of fill in that gap. And then Cool J and Thomas Jane end up just alone together on the raft, like
just broing out, waiting for the ship to get there.
Yeah. Weird ending, but it works. I like this movie. Siobhan, I do. It's super silly. It's I think that Sam Jackson death is iconic because it's unexpected and it's dumb as hell. But I think it encapsulates what the movie is. It's dumb as hell, but it's entertaining.
He's got 3 of those like in his career that I can think of, right? He's got Jurassic Park, he's got Deep Blue Sea, and then he's got XXX, The Return of Xander Cage, where he just dies early on very unexpectedly.
But he comes back, though. He's not dead.
He's not dead?
No, he comes back at the end. In the final scene, he comes back at the end of Xander Cage, The Return of Xander Cage.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been too long since I've seen the movie. I'm a fool.
I guess we got to see that right now. Let's do it.
Oh, any excuse to watch that movie, please.
Yeah. Mindhunters. Oh, sorry, that's a Rennie Harlan movie. I don't know why I just said Mindhunters. I was reading Rennie Harlan's filmography. It's going great. The filmography of Rennie Harlan, director of Deep Blue Sea. Are you familiar with Rennie Harlan?
Probably, but, I don't know what Mindhunters is.
Mindhunters also stars LL Cool J. Get this.
Oh, he loves this guy, huh?
Get this. You might want to see this movie. From my memory, Mindhunters, directed by Rennie Harlan, pretty good.
Oh, you've sold me. LL Cool J, Rennie Harlan, I'm in, but go on.
Also starring Val Kilmer.
Oh.
Christian Slater.
Oh.
Clifton Collins Jr.
All right.
I think, okay, from my memory, this movie is about like a group of FBI agents in training who get killed off one by one by a serial killer who also knows FBI training. So it could be one of them who's killing their own.
I like that. I like that.
But it's goofy. It's goofy as hell.
Who's the killer?
Yeah. And it's one of those movies where it is kind of sort of like it was made in 2000.
Who is the killer?
It was made in 2004, and it was influenced by, I think, Saw, because the killer uses some ingenious traps for these FBI agents.
Marcelo, say no more.
So look up Mindhunters.
I'm gonna.
All right. So he directed that. He directed Die Hard 2.
Oh, Die Hard 2 sucks.
Yeah. He directed A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master.
I have no opinion.
Cliffhanger.
I can't remember if I've seen Cliffhanger or not, actually.
The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Maybe.
I mean, that one's another one you should see. Written by Shane Black.
Doesn't that one have Sam Jackson in it?
Also Sam Jackson, yeah.
Does he die? Spoilers.
Good question. You know what? I'll leave that to you. I want you to watch that movie.
I'll report next week.
Yeah, you'll report back on. So I want you to watch Mindhunters and The Long Kiss Goodnight. So put that on the list for next week. And hey, speaking of Exorcist, he directed an Exorcist movie, Exorcist: The Beginning, a prequel to The Exorcist. Yeah. Anyway, Rennie Harlan, famed career, filled with highs and lows. Deep Blue Sea. What do we think of it? I mean, watching it now, I still think it's fun. I still think it's a great shark movie. Is it a top tier shark movie, Siobhan?
Oh, for me, for sure. I mean, I'm not the most scholared shark movie person. I've seen half of the Sharknado movies, the first 3, and I've seen Deep Blue Sea, and The Meg.
I'm sure you've seen Jaws.
No.
What?
So
wait a second. We could have just watched Jaws for this episode, by the way.
So it's the best shark movie, actually.
Okay. The best shark movie you've seen. You know what? Fair enough. You haven't seen Jaws?
Shark's Tale, of course.
Starring Martin Scorsese. Oh, boy. Deep Blue Sea. What's your favorite death in this movie, in Deep Blue Sea?
Oh, it's Stellan Skarsgård. I mean, it is, like, I already talked about it, but, like, the idea that the shark chased down the helicopter, grabbed this man, and uses him in his final moments, drags him underwater to smash him into glass to get the rest of his comrades. Like, that's great. And then, of course, the Samuel Jackson one, you said it, iconic. Like, it's like the moment, if anybody's seen this movie, they remember that. It's a genius. And there's just some great stuff, like how our heroine dies in the end is like she just gets brutally torn apart.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The effects are like nasty. It's a mean movie when people get killed.
And also, yeah, Michael Rappaport gets torn apart too. Like,
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So yeah, brutal deaths. I mean, I'm happy to see. I'm assuming this is R-rated. How can it not be R-rated? People.
I would be surprised.
I mean, going back to Skarsgård, his ripping of the arm by the shark, that's brutal. Like, that's super graphic, and that's like the first cruel thing you see in this movie. Then it just escalates from there.
And it's just a fun thing to put on in the background. I think. I think you would have a goofy, fun time. Have some friends over, crack open a few cold ones, smoke out, get twisted, ketamine, and watch Michael Rappaport deliver such lines as somebody asks him how long something is, and he says 8 feet, give or take a centimeter. He uses feet and then goes to centimeter. Oh, Michael Rappaport is a scientist, and he's never heard of the theory of relativity. He had to have that explained to him by LL Cool J, the chef.
Sam Jackson, he says that speech before he dies, right?
Yeah.
So as he's filming this scene, he tells the visual effects artist in charge of the visual effects, that guy's on set. He tells this guy, hey, I want you to kill me as fast as you can. And because this script is shit. That's basically what he says to this guy who's in charge of visual effects. And so this guy, the visual effects guy, goes, okay, Sam, I can kill you, but I can't kill you until you reach your mark. Because in the scene where Sam Jackson gets killed in the middle of the movie, he has his like swimsuit on, and he's like giving this rousing speech, and he's walking around like this pool, and when he gets eaten, he has walked up to close to the group that he's talking to, and then he gets eaten, right? So he's like walking as he's talking. So the visual effects guy is like, okay, so as long as you get to that mark, I can kill you there. So you have to get to that mark. So what Sam Jackson does in the first 2 takes, he reads like the first line of the speech, and then he basically runs to his mark. So he doesn't have to read the rest of the speech. Randy Harlan goes, Sam, you can't do that. You can't just run to your mark. You have to say these entire 4 pages of the script. And Sam Jackson goes, Randy, the script is terrible. I don't want to read all this. And they argued. And I think the way it's shot now, it's like he had to come back and do ADR because I don't think he shot all of the speech on screen as they shot it because he hated the script that much.
And it led to a great moment. Great improv from a master of acting.
Yeah. A master thespian, like
a master of the craft.
Yeah.
All right, we're done with this. Sam Jackson, we love you.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay, Marcelo, give me your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles history.
All right. First off, let me ask, did you watch the movie? Did you watch the 1990 movie?
We decided to do this pretty late, literally just last night.
I know, that's why I asked.
Let's add this to the docket.
Yeah.
And so I watched it overnight. I watched it at like 1:30 in the morning.
Okay, perfect time to see it. Honestly, I would have watched it at that time too. But yeah, Mutant Mayhem is coming out this week too, so we wanted to watch another movie. And we watched the 1990 Turtles film. My history with Turtles. I was obsessed. I was right there. I was the prime age to get obsessed with the Ninja Turtles. Okay, the TV show, the cartoon, I was hooked. From then, these movies, this 1990 movie, the sequel that came out a year later, Secret of the Ooze, I was obsessed with that. Bought all the toys, but just total. I think I dressed as a turtle one year for Halloween. I had turtle fever. I was one of those who was just totally into the Ninja Turtles. And then around the same time, the Power Rangers came out. And I was obsessed with those too. So yeah, prime ninja fever I mean, Ninja Fever overtook the 1990s. Siobhan. I mean, I don't think ninjas have been that popular ever since the Ninja Turtles in the 90s and also the Power Rangers. So I liked Secret of the Ooze better. And I liked, I don't know, I think Secret of the Ooze is more fun than this. We'll get into this, but it was good watching this again. I haven't seen this in like 9 years. And will I watch Mutant Mayhem because of my nostalgia for the Ninja Turtles as a kid? Probably not. I actually don't know if that movie's going to be any good. Have you heard some of the reviews for Mutant Mayhem?
No, I haven't. But I'll just say from the trailers, like, I kind of dig the art style. Like, I don't think it's, I don't love the art style. I think it's all right, but I think it's like something that was clearly inspired by Spider-Verse. Like, they're trying something new.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Like, I think that's like a nice step forward for the realm of animation that was probably kicked off by Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Because that and The Bad Guys from last year. I've never seen that.
Yes.
But that also had interesting animation style, right?
Yes, yeah.
And also
same thing.
Puss in Boots, same thing, right?
Puss in Boots as well, yeah. Like, people are doing more interesting things. We're kind of out of the Pixar kind of blocky characters thing.
Yeah, which is good.
For the most part.
So we'll see. I'll wait for the reviews. It might be like a matinee show, Mutant Mayhem. But watching the Ninja Turtles 1990 movie again today, yeah, there's some nostalgia there. I can say word for word some scenes from this because I saw it so many times as a kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it stuck with me. Do I like it now? It's still good. I will say this. I think the effects hold up. Jim Henson, his company helped create the practical effects for the suits.
Interesting. I was wondering where these puppets come from, or not puppets, but these costumes, because they look fantastic.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
If you end up watching like the third one in the series of this trilogy, you can definitely tell the budget went down and the care that went into making of the suits went down too, because they look terrible. And also they did a live action TV show like with like the same sort of suits that these characters have in this movie, but again, budget is low, suits look awful. But yeah, here, like, they gave a lot of attention to the animatronics, like the face movements. It looks amazing, and I like that this is like full-blown CGI filmmaking. Is like just like before Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park. So I don't think there was an inch. I don't think there was like any CGI in this movie. Like, there's nothing, which is great. I'm always grateful to see like a special effects laden movie with no CGI effects. That's kind of refreshing to me, because I'm just a little bit tired of CGI effects nowadays.
Did your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fascination extend beyond childhood, or does it just stay in a nostalgic place for you?
It stayed in a nostalgic place. I know there have been other Ninja Turtles movies. I think at one point we were going to do one of the Michael Bay movies. Yeah, but I think this.
Do you have any thoughts on those?
I remember liking the second one. What was the second one called? Like
Out of the Shadows.
Out of the Shadows. I remember that one being good, but at that point, I was just a grown ass man, and I felt like I'm beyond this. It's
sure.
And at that point, I had a nephew who was basically like me when I was a kid. Like when the Michael Bay movies came out, my nephew was, like 4 or 5, and he was playing Ninja Turtles. He was dressed up as the Ninja Turtles. He had like plastic nunchucks. So it was like, yeah, I'm beyond it. It's
cute.
It did try to go for that, adult audience. Those Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, but no, it didn't get me. I was out of it. And by the way, it came out in 2014 and then 2016. Those 2 movies, the Michael Bay produced Ninja Turtles movies. And then I did not see the animated film that came out in 2007. And that's it. And then there's Mutant Mayhem coming out soon.
So
your history.
me with the Turtles, I
Turtles.
don't have that deep of a connection to them, but I have a lot of interaction with them. The IP, I guess, like, it never super appealed to me. It's just a thing that, like, I'm okay that it's there. I do not dislike it, but I don't have any personal, like, affinity for it. But, like, as a kid, like, I was watching these movies on VHS, and all three of them, and I liked them. And I played the NES and Super Nintendo games.
Oh, that's right.
Like, really good beat 'em up, fun games that hold up today. They're really fun beat 'em ups. Like, they're some of the best beat 'em ups ever made in that genre. And they created a new one recently, like Shredder's Revenge, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And I played that with a group of friends, and I had just an absolute blast. Like, that was a fantastic night. But again, I do not feel this personal attachment to the Turtles, but every experience I have had with the Turtles is good. I think those Michael Bay movies are good, rock solid. Like, I went to the first one in a theater, and I was just like, yo, this is awesome. I'm surprised how much I like this. And then I kind of forgot about it, and I kind of just went back to not being a turtle guy. And then the second one, I didn't see in the theater, but, like, it was on TV about a year ago, maybe earlier this year. And we put it on and watched the whole thing. We didn't expect to do that because it was just like, it's a fun time. This is fun to watch. And I'll say, last night watching this, like, I was not incredibly into it, but, like, I was struck by the artistry behind it, like, making this whole, all the sets, all the character work, the suits, like, it feels like a cartoon come to life in a lot of ways, deeper than or more successfully than a lot of things that have attempted that, because, like, it actually did come to life. You're right. No CGI effects. Like, it feels like this is what these characters would look like in this world, and they look good. So, like, on an artistic level, I was really digging it. The merits of, like, the goofy jokes, and we're eating pizza and slicing it up and it gets on the rat, like that shit didn't, like, I wasn't laughing about it or anything. You know, the one character who I've always thought was fucking cool as shit, since I was a kid, like, I didn't care too much about the Turtles. My favorite turtle is Donatello, by the way, the one with the purple and the staff. Like, I just think that's cool. If I'm playing the game, I want Donatello. But the one character who I've always thought was the coolest, I love Casey. I really love Casey. I think he's fucking badass. I love the hockey mask. I think and he has weapons. Like, I think he's so cool. And yeah, watching this movie, I did have, like, it's hard to say. Was I enjoying myself? I don't know. but am I glad I watched it? Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's weird. It's a weird experience, but, like, every time I get connected to the Turtles, I like it, but, like, I don't ever want to do it, really.
Yeah. Like, okay, so
I'm not a person that's going to buy a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy and have it around.
Yeah,
like,
no.
They don't mean that much to me.
Yeah,
Every time I experience it, I'm like, this is cool.
Like, I would have done that 30 years ago, but no longer. I think for me, a Ninja Turtles movie that is like, that really shows off how much fun it was as a kid to watch the cartoon and to, like, you know, have the toys and be dressed up as a turtle. It's like Part 2, Secret of the Ooze. Like, that has all that in it, right?
Is that the one with the Vanilla Ice?
Yes,
song?
that's the one with the Vanilla Ice, right? It's extremely goofy and knows what it is. It's not serious in any way, really.
Very for kids. In a way that kind of respects kids. It's like kids would think this is cool.
Yeah.
I believe that. Kids in the 90s would think this is cool.
Yeah.
And they're making a movie for them
Yeah.
in a way that respects that. Like,
Yeah.
you guys would think this is cool, I think.
Yeah, but
they're not talking down to kids.
But that's Secret of the Ooze. This movie, the 1990 original, this movie is fucking weird.
It's weird.
It's dark. I mean, literally dark. It's like darkly lit. I mean, it's a well shot movie. It's but it mostly takes place in the sewer and at night. And then
when Master Splinter gets like handcuffed to the cage and he's like all wet and fucked up, like that image of him is like really scary.
That's traumatizing. I mean, I think that a big reason why this movie has stuck with me is because, that freaked me out as a kid. But what freaked me out the most was the flashback of the stop motion animation of Splinter and the Turtles, and the Turtles growing up because they crawled around in ooze and became mutants. That stuff's fucking scary as shit to me still. It's like, I know it's like supposed to be cute and like, oh look, we like this is like cool stop motion animation. No, it just freaks me the fuck out because it's also shot like it's in the void, like it's all black. I'm sure for cost reasons. It's all with a black background, and you have these animated turtles like eating pizza. It still freaks me out, but I think it's just the mood of this movie that really freaks me out. That I'm not having real fun watching this. Really, no, I'm gonna be honest. Because a scene that always gets stuck in my head that I'm like, Jesus, why is this in a movie for kids? Like when the red one of Raphael, right? He gets beaten the fuck up like on that rooftop before one of the big action sequences, and then he gets tossed through a skylight, lands like at the feet of his brother Turtles and April O'Neil, and he looks like he's dead. I think. Like, Jesus Christ. And then later on they go to like that farm and that house that's also like decrepit and haunting, and there's no color to any of this. And like Raphael, having been beaten up, near death, they just put him in a bathtub. It's like, what? Why is he in a bathtub? Just like sprawled out like he's dead. It's definitely the tone is definitely like for adults to me. It's not fun.
The whole underground kids smoking and playing gambling and playing arcade games and stuff. Like, it's like a really weird dark place. That also has gang members in it.
Yeah.
The huge guy that shows up and like is intimidating the kids.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I guess the plot of this, there are Ninja Turtles around New York City, just walking around the sewers. Like, that's the plot, right? And you have the Foot Clan, which are these like led by Shredder, this guy who's dressed up in like this like samurai outfits, with like blades coming out of his shoulders. Like, he's apparently everybody's father in this gang. He says it himself, like, this is a family. I'm your father. Because these kids are stealing things and they're being given all this, like, cool stuff by this gang. And he's got his own army of kids, this bad guy.
Indoctrinating kids into this.
Yeah. So that's fucking weird, too. God, this movie is fucking weird. It's dark as shit.
So weird. The ending that Shredder gets tossed into the back of a garbage truck and smashed.
Yeah.
Smashed by the
like the crusher,
whatever they're called,
whatever it is. Yeah, the back of a garbage truck, the crushing mechanism. Casey Jones just goes whoops, pulls a lever, and kills Shredder. And also, this movie is horny in a weird way. Do you not agree, Siobhan?
Yeah. Do you feel like April O'Neil, maybe like they have... Is that what you mean?
The Turtles want to fuck April O'Neil.
The Turtles want to fuck April.
The Turtles want to fuck April. It's very clear.
And the audience kind of...
The audience is like, okay, all right. Let's see where this goes. Okay, yeah, let's see. It's like, I've never seen a turtle have sex with a woman. I want to see how that looks like.
What are these guys' weapons? We've got a staff.
Right.
We've got... nunchucks.
Uh-huh.
And then we've got two like dagger blade things, and then we have a whole ass sword.
Right.
Doesn't that seem weird to you? That one of them just has a fucking sword.
Yeah, like when they're fighting, whichever one has a sword. Is it Leonardo? He has a sword.
I don't know.
Donatello
has the staff. That's the end of my knowledge.
Raphael has the two.
Do you have a favorite turtle? The Electra. He has the
Electra daggers things. Yeah, and then Michelangelo has the nunchucks. So yeah, Leonardo has the knife. That has the sword. I mean, okay. Well, hold on. Let me answer this question. Let me answer your question a bit. But Leonardo, during one of the fights, he wields his sword and swipes it at the Foot Clan bad guys. But he never hits one. Of course, he's not going to hit one if he hits one,
because if he did, he'd chop their fucking head off.
But yes, it is weird, Siobhan, that he has a sword, but no limbs get cut off. It's weird. My favorite as a kid was, I think a lot of kids' favorites, because he's the cool one, was Michelangelo.
Okay.
Because here in the Wikipedia, they have descriptors for each turtle. Do you want to hear each descriptor for each turtle?
Sure.
Okay. Leonardo, he's the leader. Raphael, he's the rebellious and angry turtle. Donatello, the brains of the turtles, is what it says. And Michelangelo, the youngest turtle, a fun-loving partier. There you go. Michelangelo was my favorite. And then Raphael, again, going back to the horny thing, I forget who said this, but it makes sense. Like, a comedian said that she was attracted to the turtles, like more specifically Raphael. And I kind of see girls growing up and like having a crush on Raphael, because he's the tragic one. He's the one who's always angry. He's the one who gets beaten up. He's the one who, April takes care of and says, I hope he's going to be okay. Puts water on his shell. Don't you think it's kind of weird that this movie's a little because there's a shot of Raphael glaring at April O'Neil's legs early on in the movie.
Yeah,
I'm
flat out yes, yeah. But also this is the kind of stuff that used to be in kids' movies, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
True.
I feel like there's some kind of babying that has happened to kids' movies throughout the years. Do you agree with that or not?
Well, I agree, but okay, I'll say this. The thing that gets me is not necessarily the horny thing. Because
actually, this is a teens movie. This is like a pre-teen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's in the title. It's a teenagers, right? Kind of aimed for...
And how often does that even happen now?
You're right. But, how about this? Let me rephrase this. If they were actual humans, I don't think it'd be bad at all. I think it'd just be par for the course. Like you said, for movies like this that were made in the 90s.
If he was just a 15-year-old kid instead of a turtle... You think that'd be better?
No, wait. Hold on. If it were a friendly crush on a human woman, from one human to another, from a human that's 15 years old, just a kid who has a crush on April O'Neil, that makes sense, right? But of course nothing...
Yeah, it makes sense to have a crush, so why can't the turtle?
Because he's a fucking turtle. It's just weird to me. It's not human. Anyway... I could go on about my concerns of bestiality in this movie, but it like you said, I think it's worth a watch, especially just for the artistry of it, for the craft, the fact that these suits have, and also the fact that the people in these suits, these actors in these suits, I'm guessing stunt people, we're actually throwing punches and jumping, and the action scenes seem to all work, and it all looks pretty good. I don't know. I think that's the reason to watch this movie in particular, is just to watch this and kind of think of how'd they pull that off, or wow, all this work pays off to have these turtles come to life. So I don't know. That's how I feel. I mean, Siobhan, do you have any other thoughts on this movie?
No, I don't. And do I recommend anybody watch this? No, unless you have any sort of attachment to the turtles. Sure.
Yeah.
But even though I did say it's kind of artistically interesting, which it is, I still don't. I don't know. It's a weird artifact in history.
Which
this is either what the 90s were, or this is the platonic ideal of what the 90s were.
Well, okay.
As a young Marcelo Bingo.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, so you say no, so you would not recommend it. I would, and let me just emphasize again, I think only really as like nostalgia, yeah, but also just an artifact of like a bygone era. Because, hey, cut to what, like 15 years later, the same concept is played with like CGI characters alongside real human beings. I'd rather see this. I'd rather see like a Jim Henson creature live action interacting with live action people. I think for that reason alone, I think it's worth a watch. Eventually, I mean, I'm not gonna say, hey, go watch this right away. It's on Max right now. Go watch this Ninja Turtles movie. But
I think it's on Tubi too.
It's on Tubi as well. But I don't know. It is an artifact, but I think it's a good artifact. And like, oh, some weird sicko made this tonally uneven, dark kids movie with like some great special effects in it. So that for me, worth a watch. Finally, before we go, the box office game.
This is Bafo at the BO.
Yeah, this is the last thing we do before we end the show.
We did this.
These two movies, Deep Blue Sea, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Deep Blue Sea, summer movie, came out July 30th, 1999. Although that's what Box Office Mojo says, but I thought it had an anniversary this past week. I think it came out July 28th of 99. I think this thing is wrong. But anyway, summer movie for sure. 1999 is the year it came out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990. Not a summer movie. It came out on March 30th, 1990. 1999, let's start there because that's the easiest one. Okay.
The Matrix.
Exactly. July 30th is the weekend that Deep Blue Sea came out. All right. I'm going to name you the 4 other movies that were released this weekend, okay? You just try to tell me the order that they were.
5 movies released in the weekend of Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, all right. It's okay. I'll say them all. Inspector Gadget, starring Matthew Broderick. Deep Blue Sea, the movie we talked about. Blair Witch Project.
Ooh.
The Haunting. And finally, Runaway Bride.
Okay.
So the weekend, the Deep Blue Sea was released. These were the top 5 movies in the box office. So put them in order.
Inspector Gadget. Okay. Shit. Okay. So I think overall, Blair Witch probably had the highest gross, but I don't know if it had a huge opening. And that's... What was the last one? Blair Witch Project, The Haunting, Deep Blue Sea, Inspector Gadget.
Runaway Bride.
By
the way, just think that like some of these movies were already in theaters and like...
I thought these were all opening.
Oh, no, sorry.
These are just the top 5 of that week.
The top 5 of that weekend, yeah. Where Deep Blue Sea was the new release.
Give me 1 second to look at what The Haunting even is.
I can tell you what The Haunting is. I believe that's a remake.
The Haunting.
The Haunting from 1999.
Oh, yes, this movie. That's right. Runaway Bride was number 1. I think The Haunting was number 3. I think Inspector Gadget was number 2. I think Blair Witch Project was number 4. I think Deep Blue Sea was number 5. I don't think Deep Blue Sea did well.
All right, so you're saying Deep Blue Sea came in at number 5? Sorry, my friend, you are wrong.
Fuck me.
Inspector Gadget was number 5. Number 4, you said Blair Witch was number 4?
I did.
Sorry, friend. The Haunting was number 4. Number 3, you said The Haunting was number 3. Of course, you're wrong. Number 3, Deep Blue Sea opened at number 3.
Okay.
All right. Number 2, you said Inspector Gadget. Wrong. The Blair Witch Project.
I got number 1 right.
Number 1, a movie. This one also opened on the same weekend as Deep Blue Sea.
I wish you gave me that information, but I took it anyway.
Yeah. So Runaway Bride, number 1. You got that right. So you win. Good job.
Thank you.
But hey, look, another weekend where 2 movies that are very different, that are catered to different genre, different demographics, Runaway Bride, Deep Blue Sea. That's another Barbenheimer. We should have just done that. We should have just did Runaway Bride and Deep Blue Sea for this episode.
Deep Blue Bride.
Okay. Let's go back to 1990. Same game. All right. I'll make this a little easier. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles opened this weekend, obviously, because this is the weekend we're talking about. But also another movie opened this weekend. Opportunity Knocks. A movie I do not know what it's about. It says here, two con men hide out in a house while the owner is away. One of them assumes the identity of the absent house sitter when the owner's relatives come to visit, only for further complications to set in. Starring Dana Carvey. So that opened the same weekend as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So here are the other movies in that top 5. Again, the only 2 movies that came out this weekend, but the other ones have been on the list before. So here are the other ones. Driving Miss Daisy. Pretty Woman. The Hunt for Red October. And of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right. How would you arrange that top 5?
Opportunity Knocks, dead last.
Okay, next.
Let's say Driving Miss Daisy, number 4.
Okay.
This is where it gets tough.
Again, the ones you have left are Pretty Woman, Hunt for Red October, and Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, this is where it gets tough because I'm basically guessing how many weeks into their run were Pretty Women and Hunt for Red October. Yeah. And I'm not asking for that information.
And I'm not going to give it to you.
Please don't. I'm going to go for Hunt for Red October here at number 3.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do TMNT at number 2.
Okay.
And Pretty Woman reigns again.
All right. Let's go through them. Number 5. You said Opportunity Knocks? Yeah. Well, my friend, Opportunity Knocks for you. You are right. That came in number 5. Its first weekend. All right. Number 4. You said Driving Miss Daisy was number 4. Well, my friend, you're driving all the way to the bank. It was the number 4 movie that weekend.
Oh, boy.
Number 3. You said Hunt for Red October.
Here we go.
My friend, you can go hunt for a lottery ticket because you're on a roll here.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Hunt for Red October was number 3.
Did I get those top 2?
You said number 2, TMNT.
Didn't open at number 1. Ah, geez. Oh, this seems like a mistake.
My friend, you need to check your head. You are wrong. It opened at number 1 over Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman was such a dynamo.
Pretty Woman was the number 2 movie that weekend. TMNT was number 1. Still, good showing. You got 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That is the box office game. Congrats, Siobhan. You did it. I'm not keeping score. I don't know how you're doing this season, but it seems like you're doing well. I think you're getting most of the answers right.
Yeah.
What a great episode. Siobhan, you got anything to plug?
Credits me at Junk Blader on Twitter. Join the Discord, discord.com.
Go to discord.com for
talkfilmsociety.com/Discord. Join the Discord. We have a lot of people in there that are having a good time talking about movies.
Talk Film Society.
We have another podcast. Figure it out.
Yeah, figure that. Go search Southland Tales, Talk Film Society. Talk Film Society, Patreon, patreon.com/Talk Film Society. I just realized I need to edit and release an episode before the month is over. We recorded, what did we record? Wait.
Commentary on
what movie
Terrifier
did we
2.
Oh, that's right. I was like, what movie did we have a bad time watching? That's right, Terrifier 2. So that's coming out this week. And yeah, that's it. Don't follow me. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare follow me on Blue Sky. Follow Talk From Society on Blue Sky.
I'm on Blue Sky too.
Junk Blader on Blue Sky, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about Twitter changing its name to X?
I don't care.
And with that, folks, let's say our signature catchphrase. Oh, no, wait, we got to figure out what we're doing next week, right? Don't we always do that at the end of these shows?
Wasn't it? It was supposed to be Gran Turismo, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, so,
Is it the last voyage of the Demeter?
Yeah, remember we said, 2 hours ago we were going to think of a movie that had either boats or vampires or both? Should we just watch,
Well, the thing that makes the most sense is Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I don't want to see that, though, for reasons.
You don't want to watch that. Dracula Untold.
What's that? What about Van Helsing?
30 Days of Night.
What about Van Helsing?
Van Helsing? He could kill the Dracula.
But Dracula's in it, I'm sure.
You want me to watch Van Helsing?
Let me ask you this legitimately. Haven't you heard people come around to that movie? Doesn't that movie have a cult following now?
A little bit, and I'm going to guess it's based in nostalgia. That's one that feels like it's based in nostalgia to me. I have never watched Van Helsing.
I don't think I have either.
Well, next week you're going to hear us give our first thought opinions on Van Helsing, available on Peacock to stream.
Oh, it's on Peacock? Okay, good. Oof, that was a close one. I was worried about that one. I did not want to buy Van Helsing, for God's sakes. But no.
So, Hugh Jackman's 2004 magnum opus.
A summer movie,
Van
by
Helsing,
the way.
A summer flick. We're gonna combat the last voyage of the. We're gonna see if maybe Van Helsing could have stopped the troubles on the Demeter to make it so it could have had more voyages.
All right, so there you go. Van Helsing next week, unless we come up with something different in the meantime. But I think Van Helsing is a strong choice. I think it's a strong choice. Stephen Sommers is the director of Van Helsing. Sommers, it's in his name.
Oh my God.
Starring Hugh Jackman, starring Kate Beckinsale. I mean, this thing is hot. I'm excited to see this now.
I am too. It's something that's like a weird blind spot, like something I should have watched at the time.
So, yeah, we're both going to see it for the first time. I may watch half of it and go, oh, I've seen this already. But as far as I know, I haven't seen it. So, yeah, here we go. Van Helsing next week. Stay tuned, folks. And now for our signature catchphrase as we leave the show for the week.
I'm not doing it.
Hey, see you at the movies. No, I don't say that. Okay, bye.